squad from the American, the Rice Owls, taking on the 12th-ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Texas Longhorns offense will go to work first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
The quick out. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on first down. Got it in the middle. It's McCutcheon. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
Yeah, and I love the timing around. It's a nice curl route, great throw, and then catch the ball, get north-south, and get some good yards after the catch.
The Longhorns will have it 1st and 10. Running behind that left side. Fights off a defender. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
And the Longhorns pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Reads it, fires complete.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And the Longhorns kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He's got it still on his feet. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Rice's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage. They can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
This crowd, full of throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He's in open space downfield. There he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
They'll run it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, right through his hand. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. All the way back to the 15. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Off play action on first down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
But when it's a play action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Sends it back in motion. Going to swing it on second down. The short hands. It's McCutcheon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that timing with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. He's going for it all. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Longhorns will punt this one away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. To the air, it's Hawkins. Got him downfield. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Texas who holds the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Goes to the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in this?
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Here comes the Texas offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They'll start this drive going to the air. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You play defense for a reason. A lot of wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
Here's the give off the left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in their gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose, and no running room there.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Got the quick pass. Turning it on. Hard-hitting tackle.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Snagged out of the air. He did not make it. A stone wall on 3rd down. And the Longhorns line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. Rides the back on the option, the give.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. It's a reverse. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll field the punt and take it back. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Back to pass. They're working that left side. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short, using the quick game. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He put it out there for him, and this senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Wants to go up top. Grabbed behind the line. It's McCutcheon. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest, put 6 up on the board.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Indiana is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 7 over Michigan State.
Give to the fullback.
Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. It's complete to the left. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. So if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. To the air on 1st down. Under fire. With the catch, it's Simon. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on 1st down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on 1st down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
Grabbed in the backfield. It's McCutcheon. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here's the heat. Makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. And as the clock is winding down here in the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal team. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead's extended a little further. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the 1st half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem. I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at DKR.
The Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. And the returner will be brought down. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense.
And down he goes back at the 3.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up a safety.
Looking downfield, it's Hawkins. He goes down in the end zone. There's also a penalty marker, but I think it's going to be a safety either way. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Got room to work. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Using his legs, it's Tatum. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Back to the ground game on the left. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Finds a man on the right. Touchdown, Texas! And the stomping has commenced. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together, get some good mojo going.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. It's a reverse. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Wants to bring it back. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They'll leave it with him. He breaks a tackle.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. He'll try the left side. Got a little space. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Motion from the wideout. One back in the backfield. He gets to carry. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield. It's Tatum. Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up.
Touchdown, Longhorn! And they take it in for 6 more points. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of it.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. That's a perfect example of not... for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The run from the shotgun. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. And a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try the left side. Past the 1st down marker and still running. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
And the Longhorns just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play.
Here we go.
Trying to get the edge on the toss. Breaks into the open.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. They lost ground on first down, now 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. North Carolina was able to finish off a close one in Chapel Hill. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. Always fun to see 2 of the game's better teams duke it out at this point of the season. A good barometer, fellas, for both coaches.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Under fire. And his first throw here is incomplete.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Slips through the line.
And this just proves that this team is so well coached on special teams. Everybody, all blockers up front, getting in position, no penalties. And how about the individual effort by the return man?
Great place to start for this offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Nice move, create some space. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. They'll ride the hot hand. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. The handoff, keep working on that clock. The tackle is made, but he's got him 1st and goal from the 6.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
With the run on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now 3rd and goal from the 2. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Wants to adjust the pattern. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He'll bring it out. It's Evans. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working, and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well, because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Fair catch called for and made. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
On the ready. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
Got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't